Hello everyone, welcome to the Advancement Centre and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, where each one of us has an individual place in that special world that interacts automatically without any effort at all. As you feel the influence of other people, of other entities and of other things in your life, you will feel the energies build to take you further and further into that world of your origin, where you're totally and utterly the most important of all things and of all people, without comparison and without any idea of how it works. But as we elevate ourselves each day, we start to see how the children of the world are demonstrating exactly what we're experiencing now. How our thrill to be in the presence of other people enlightens everyone and enhances their life and our life without affecting our world in any way at all. Following your spirit just like a child brings you to an elevated position where all the skills that you've forgotten about come into play, where you can connect with someone on the other side of the world, on the other side of the road, in a crowd, with a thought, and turn on that communication system that everyone forgot about. The one that tells you what your child's doing, the one that tells you someone is not really sincere, and the one that tells you you're in danger. That communication system is now current and active in this world, in the open light of everybody's brilliant existence. And as we demonstrate these gifts, we demonstrate the majestic being who we actually represent in this physical body. That majestic being that can be anywhere and everywhere, that can look down on the stars, be in a plane, be on the opposite side of the room, look at you in the mirror, and be beside your best friend when they need you. In that unique situation, we find that we never run into one another, we never offend one another, we never have competition, because each of our lives is individual, and the world that we bring to this physical world is totally unique and never affected by anything in the world. We've hidden many of our talents behind various actions, and now we're free to actually openly demonstrate the gifts that each individual has brought to the world. The gifts that are not listed in the world's libraries. The gifts that you can bring as soon as you're ready. The things that make you smile because you know you've affected someone or something. The little things that are so simple that not even science can follow where it comes from. Our ability to contact one another, to nourish one another, and to not even actually touch a person's world is something unique to humanity itself. And from the world of magic and miracles, you always enhance everyone's life. It's like magnets with opposing poles. You never run into one another, but you do move the world for other people, and you do move the world for yourself. You're in continuous motion, and that music that's held within you actually plays out in everything in the universe, everything in the world, and everything in life. As you move, you generate an enormous amount of power that can be measured, but never defined. The power that comes from someone who's in an emergency situation has never been measured properly and has never been taken to its source, because it comes from your own world, from the world of your origin, where you extended yourself and came into this world to demonstrate the gifts that you have for not only humanity, but for the world. And now you're able to demonstrate in real terms the fact that you can change the life of another person just by a little smile, by an inflection, by a feeling, and it's instant. You don't have to wait for it, you know it's done. And like a child who flashes you a smile and almost blows you over, you can do the same. And it's nothing new to anyone. It's just that as you refine, your skills will refine. As you step forward, your skills will step forward. As you speak openly of your experiences that can't be proven, you will start to live the life that you brought to the world, that you individually introduced. And you can prove that every day by seeing how a young baby changes everybody's life immediately, before they can speak, before they can even contact you. They're in contact with you and they're controlling your life immediately. Not by pressure, not by anything that we know, but by the unique communication that we as humans have held down for many years. Now that it's in the open and we're talking freely about magic and about miracles, about the impossible being the only thing that's satisfying, about making a difference, then we can do it. And it takes no effort at all. I've spoken before about the high-level language of simplicity, where if you can master the simplest form of anything, you have the greatest control. One thought, one statement, one movement, one inflection, the blink of an eye is the simplest form of making life better for everyone. And you'll find all the old systems disappear. The value in each person is actually in the person. It's not in a measure, and it's not in anything that you can write down in this world. A little old lady can sit in amongst 1,000,000 people, not say a word, and affect all their lives. And nobody asks the real question: how did she develop such magic without doing anything? apart from maybe smiling and looking around. What comes through our eyes is unbelievable. What comes from all the inputs and outputs that we used to call emotion is amazing. There are trillions of inputs and outputs that are outside what we have listed. And you feel them. And they change many things in and around your body instantly. And if you give a fraction of a second for the response to be delivered by your being, you will not know what emotion is. You will know perfect harmony, perfect movement, smooth delivery of everything in your life. And when you get to the point of allowing all the energies to move throughout your being and your body, you'll find that it all obeys the rule of simplicity. If you need to extend out to make a flower blossom, it will just happen. A fleeting thought as you walk through the kitchen and all of a sudden you've changed your pattern and you've cleaned something up and then walked on. And it didn't take any time. Many of the actions that we do in the world are now going to happen so fast that time actually stands still for you. And then you move on with your life. Just like a young child playing. They see you looking, they stop. They wonder what you're going to do. And if you don't move, they're back into the game again. And they're in another world. That world that we called daydreaming, that we called a play world, is actually a major part of our reality that we took away. So we have no training ground. We have no place to actually test things out without any consequence. To be able to go to the beach when you're supposed to be doing your schoolwork and not leave your chair is a skill that's never been explained in any other words but you're daydreaming. But in fact, that's how everyone brings themselves into this world in a safe manner, and how you develop various things that keep you healthy, that allow you to train without actually going anywhere. You can exercise in that world and you watch your body change. You can move mountains without moving them, and you'll know that you've done it. Because there are many, many components to the world that we brought with us. And we can go and dance with everyone and not leave our armchair. The beauty of the music within us shows on the surface. You can see the glow in a person's face, around them, in their smile, in their eyes, and in everything they do. And it's been known for many, many years that those with a sparkle in their eye work much more efficiently in any situation or any job than those who don't. So there is your source of magic and miracles. You create atmospheres, you create jobs, you create a background for your family, and you do it all without thinking. You make people safe, and you don't do anything to do that because of the word simplicity. In that whole language, there is little spoken language. It all creates itself and it changes all the time. It's completely random and it has no rules. So you can follow your spirit and it'll go anywhere and everywhere and you'll have the time of your life because it never tracks through the one track ever. Not in an eternity. And we see this in the plants. You can grow the same sort of plant side by side with all the same treatment and they're never the same. You can call them the same thing, but you take a photo, each one's individual. Each person is the same, totally individual, and there is nothing you can compare because they're not comparable unless you make a set of physical rules to bind someone in and hold them in a picture that's not them. So right now, everyone's rejoicing in the fact that it's Mother's Day here in America. And they're feeling their connection to one another in a much more positive way than maybe they did yesterday, because there's an event. But in fact, that event goes on every day and it never finishes. And the only way to record the fact that you're moving forward is to celebrate. As you celebrate, you close off a portion of your world, a portion of your life, and you say, I've graduated, and you don't have to do it again. We do it in a small way in our everyday working life, in our education, but nowhere near to the level that you do when you achieve something with a family, you achieve something with a friend, you achieve something just in your own life. You feel good, you celebrate. And at all times, you have total control of the fact that you've invited yourself into the world of your Creator, into the world of magic and miracles, where everything works perfectly. The mind actually changes to where it cannot grab onto any of the old principles, if you like, that were delivered through means that we never need. Our intelligence comes in a package that's being updated every minute and faster. It doesn't come in the package that has a signature on it by some university. Every second we're being updated. And because we allow ourselves to relax in that continuous update, you'll find that it's easy to venture into things that you would normally call unknown, because in that unknown there are no rules. No matter what you try, no matter what you do, it's correct. And you can't disturb anyone because it's in your world that doesn't overlap anyone's, doesn't run into anyone, and does not do anything but enhance the world around it. So now, in this special time, we can simply and surely live life to its fullest. In many, many ways that have never been recorded ever on Earth. We can elevate ourselves to whatever level we wish. And we don't have to heal if there's nothing wrong with us. We don't have to fix anything if there's nothing wrong. So we go to where everything fits, no matter what color, shape, or size it is. And then you don't have to filter out anything. You just ride the wave. Be it a wave of circumstance or a physical wave. You ride the wave and you enjoy the result. The turmoil that's below the wave is there to hold you up. If you get stuck in it, you wait and you'll float to the surface. Everything on Earth is established the same way as we are established in the universe. And the fact that you can feel a relative who has passed over at certain times shows that you have connections that you haven't really ventured into. In the world of magic and miracles, both sides advance such that they affect each other's world. So the unknown and the hidden beings will advance into your world as you advance into theirs. And when you apply the twin factor, as I call it, where you can connect yourself to anyone or anything and hold a conversation through something they've never been able to measure, which is what twins do. One will start a statement, another one will finish the same statement. So you switch on that twin factor and you can talk to anything and anyone in a whole different way. And it's instantaneous and without thought. And it happens to many, many people because it's available to everyone. You can attach yourself to your car, to a friend, to the local football game, and you will feel exactly what's happening. You start to play a game on the computer, and somehow you know that you're not going to get it out on that go. And then other times you just know, oh, this is going to fall out. That's that twin factor that connects you to anything and everything. That's where you start to work beyond technology in everything you do. And I can show you many, many things that if you do them the opposite way to what you've been told, they work just as well. And sometimes better. Because it is not a logical sequence that we live in. We live in a totally random, unprecedented world of magic that takes on a format that only you can understand. Each individual has a full understanding of their own magic, but you cannot put it in words. that are physical words. You can only put it in the words of the stars, which has no time delay and has no frequency. Yet you can feel when you raise the frequency, but it's not measurable. If you raise your vibration, everyone around you will feel it, because we're all interacting at all sorts of levels. And it's like putting too much salt in the cake. It won't taste good if you don't have harmony. If you don't have the balance that produces the result you need, you won't have harmony. In everything we do, we can offer one another a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. And I do that each week. And on this week, I go further and say, I wish, and I bring to everyone a perfect adventure in the world of magic and miracles, where each one of you has a place and knows it perfectly. And for the mothers of the world, be recognized for the magic that you imparted on your children and on the people who grew around them, so that they were all protected and they all grew into those special people that you know now. So thank you, everyone, and live your life to the fullest. Thank you.